Hello again, my dear students. How are you? Hope you are all doing well. Before starting our lesson, I want to remind you that Ramadan is coming inshallah, and I want to remind you that you should prepare your checklist of worship that you are going to do each day of Ramadan, such as reading 5 pages every day, reading Quran, saying Astaghfirullah a hundred times every day, helping your mom and dad, helping your brothers and sisters, be kind, saying dua and praying Taraweeh, and what good things you are going to do. I want you to write them on a paper and do ticks if you are done with them. I wish to see you all at mosques in Ramadan. Let's say Ya Rab. Masajid will open in Ramadan, Ya Rab. And for now, let's start the last lesson of Millie's London Diary, and let's listen to the outcomes for this lesson.
Sum up the events correctly. Use words correctly. Answer comprehension questions correctly. We will start our lesson with the guessing game. Look at the picture and try to guess to which day they are related. You can use your language book to help you to find out the answer. Look at the pictures. Listen. Click on the correct day and date.
In this game, if you clicked on the wrong day and date, you can click on the back to the game arrow, but if you clicked on the correct day and date, you are going to click on the continue the game arrow. Good luck, have fun!
She had a large basket full of yellow flowers. She was wearing an old gray coat. She has a thin face. He carries a walking stick. He brought a box and some shapes for Millie and John. An Indian prince gave him a monkey. He walks slowly with his hands behind his back. He wears big black boots. His coat has shiny silver buttons.
Today, we will sum up page 115 of Millie's London Diary. Then, we are going to do some activities and tasks. After that, we are going to answer some questions on our language book and practice book. We are going to finish Millie's London Diary. Good luck, my students.
Let's mirror the new words of the second paragraph, page 115. Listen more than once and memorize the meaning in Arabic. Mirror. Often. 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 Always. 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 Thin. 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 Gloves. 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 Let's mirror paragraphs 2 and 3, page 115, and read them aloud. Millie and John saw the little flower girl again. She was selling her flowers near the park. She often looks unhappy. She has a thin face and she was wearing an old gray coat. She didn't have any gloves. And it was cold. Grandfather bought some of her flowers. She always smiles when someone buys her flowers. Listen to the flower girl paragraph of Millie's diary, then practice reading it aloud.
Thursday, the 24th of April. Today, we saw the little flower girl again. She was selling her flowers near the park. She had a large basket full of yellow flowers. She often looks unhappy. She has a thin face. She was wearing an old grey coat, but she didn't have any gloves and it was cold today. Grandfather took us for a walk in the park. On the way back, he bought some of her flowers. She smiled. She always smiles when someone buys her flowers.
Let's mirror the new words of the third paragraph, page 115. Gruff, gruff, gruff. Corner, corner, corner. Smart, smart, smart. Cheeks, cheeks, cheeks. Mustache, mustache, mustache. Listen to the policeman paragraph of Millie's diary, then practice reading it aloud.
Friday, the 25th of April. A tall policeman often stands at the corner of the street. When we passed him today, he said, "Good morning," in a deep, gruff voice. Sometimes he walks past the house. He walks slowly with his hands behind his back and he wears big black boots. He has bushy eyebrows and a big moustache. His eyes are friendly and his cheeks are rosy red. His coat has shiny silver buttons down the front. He looks very smart.
On your mini board, write true or false. Grandfather has twinkling eyes. The flower girl always looks unhappy. Mr. Brown gave the prince a puzzle. The policeman has bushy eyebrows. Shiny silver buttons. Big mustache. Deep gruff voice. Black boots. It's time to play some online games. Enjoy your time. Click on the link to play. Sort the words in the correct group. Click on the link to play. Label the picture. My students, I want you to open your language book, page 116. We are going to answer question 1 and 3. Then we are going to answer question 1, page 117.
This is question number 1, page 116. It's telling you, read and circle true or false. Students, I want you to read the sentence carefully, then choose true or false. I want you to answer the questions alone before checking the answers.
Millie's grandmother and grandfather live in London. Mr. Brown owns the toy shop. Mr. Jolly wears an apron. Millie read a story to Aunt Sarah. An Indian prince gave Mr. Brown a puzzle. The flower girl was selling her flowers in the park. Grandfather bought some of her flowers. The policeman said goodbye in a deep, gruff voice. Who do these things belong to? Write the names. Millie used these adjectives to describe things. Match them with the nouns below. Write the phrases. Now I want you to open your practice book page 92.
This question is telling you to read pages 114 and 115 of the language book again. Write the things that happened each day. You can open your language book to help you to find out which day and date each sentence is belonged to. Write only the number of the sentence beside the correct day and date. See the first example. Sentence number 1. Mr. Brown came to visit today. If you opened your language book, you can find out that this thing happened on Wednesday, 23rd of April. So, we only wrote the number of the sentence beside the correct day and date. Do the rest alone before checking the answers.
Number 2. Grandmother bought John some soldiers. Number 3. Millie and John saw a policeman in the street. Number 4. Grandfather bought some flowers from the flower girl. Number 5. In the afternoon Millie and John went to see Aunt Sarah. Number 6. The policeman said, "Good morning" to Millie and John. Number 7. Millie read some poems to Aunt Sarah. Number 8. Grandmother took Millie and John to the toy shop. Number 9. Mr. Brown told Millie and John funny stories about India. Number 10. Grandfather took Millie and John to the park.
At the end, I want to tell you that you are such an amazing student because you have studied Millie's London Diary alone at home. You are such perfect students. I'm so proud of you. See you next time with a new lesson. Good luck.